Allahu Akbar. Islam and terror. For so long, so many people lost their lives, lands and families just because of their beliefs. Now, it is the time to shed light on the issues. The bubbles fly to the world to show us the differences we have amongst us. From one graffiti site to another graffiti site. From one tree to another tree. From one barn to another barn. All the way to ourselves as individuals, because we are different not only in the skin, but also in our beliefs, in our ideas, and those should be respected and not generalized.
I am from the West.
وأنا من الشرق.
I'm as smart as everyone else.
وذكائي كذكاء كل الناس.
Hamburger is not my favorite food.
أنا لست إرهابيا.
I do not have a farm or drive a monster.
وأنا لست مخيفا.
And both of us
are
the same person. Another way we can find differences is with this guitar. For example, those two lower strings, although they are the same, at all circumstances they can sing or say different things. Or
And I guess just to make this a little personal to me, I had an experience of this of my own about 2 years ago when I walked into a local hospital, and instead of being greeted with hi and hellos, I was greeted with security guards asking me to put my hands on the side of my pockets and walking me to the security room, and that day ended with me signing a sheet of trespassing. There were no previous warnings or anything. The only thing that I can think of is my facial hair was a little longer than that, so it's obvious. But I really don't blame them. They have the facts, or what seems to be the facts. They saw the scene and they made their conclusions. Just like you right now, thinking that I might be holding the camera with my right hand, this one, when I'm really not. You saw that it seems like I'm holding the camera, and that's your background knowledge of why my hand would be sticking like that, so you made your hasty conclusion that I'm holding the camera with this hand, which is not possible. So I really don't blame them. It's just more about getting the right facts out than the false one that has been spreading around within the media.
I was very excited to meet Yusuf and that he was Muslim and Iraqi. I wanted to ask him more questions because I felt like I did not get the opportunity to talk to as many Iraqi people and get their point of view.
I don't think of you too much as a Middle Eastern as I do as a friend. Not that that's wrong or anything. I think it's good that you're Middle Eastern. I support you.
I mean, I see Middle Eastern being as part of his culture. I think it's interesting, it's really unique, and but primarily I see him as just a person.
I really appreciated the fact that you're very open to other people and their beliefs.
Maybe you don't make your social identity enough of an issue, or not an issue, but enough of a focus.
After I heard that you were Iraqi, I was very excited, and because I was in Iraq.
Okay, do I believe that because you're Middle Eastern that I'm your friend? Probably yes. I mean, it was a catalyst.
I think Yusuf is a little bit more Westerner because he's worked on his accent so much, so he has like really good English.
You're good to hang out, good to hang around with. You're there when I need you, so I'm glad to be your friend, no matter what's your background or where you come from.
Do you have to like pray after you hang out with us because you're all this sexual innuendos and talk about sex stuff?
No, I'm not your friend just because you're Middle Eastern.
Those people you see in front of you in this room are Muslims who believe in one God. But those who believe in Him differently, they have different beliefs, they have different lives, they act different, they behave different, so they should not be treated the same. Not every Muslim a terrorist, and not every terrorist a Muslim. So, just because I might look like the guy who steered the airplanes in the New York towers, I should not be held accountable for a mistake I did not commit.